will always be here on Dream TV every Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. with our lovely program, The Principles of Creation. We will be looking at the principles that God used in the creation of all things, understanding the purpose for which He created everything, and that will include your own life. Remember, God created everything for a purpose, and not every purpose is known. And where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. So we'll be looking at the purpose for which God created you and the reason why He created everything. So always join us. God bless you.
I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and now
Yes, okay, very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you and how has been the weekend over there? Yes, here we are once again as usual every Monday morning at a time like this with our lovely program. Yeah, so those of you who have been following us, I think that by now you'll find that you have already learned something from all the things that we have constantly been talking about. Today in the studios I am not alone. I have come with my friend to discuss ideas that are so important and that are key to effective living. And I believe that by the time we end, we will have already learned something and you will be changed from one level to another. Mucunguzi Jonan is my name. Says Nyesiga Bwerere is the man I have come with today to discuss issues that are of national importance, matters that will help us to know where we are heading to in the near future. Yeah, for so long I told you that we have concentrated on spiritual matters and the neglect of physical matters. So today we have deemed it important and necessary to talk about issues that affect us in our daily lives. Yeah, so that's what we are going to be focusing on, and I believe that this will be helpful to everyone who is watching us today. So make sure that you concentrate on what you're going to say, and I believe that it will change your life. So we are going to first of all welcome this wonderful gentleman to greet you, and then we'll review the topic that has brought us here to talk about. Sir, you're welcome.
Good morning, Uganda. Good morning, Africa. I greet you all in the spirit of nationalism, Pan-Africanism, and togetherness. My name is Said Isiga Bwerere, and I happen to be the Executive Director of Shazbi Foundation Uganda, an organization that advocates for the continuity of African norms and values, African culture, and to see Africa move forward, binded by that spirit of togetherness, Africanism, and Africanism. Last week, but one was good, so it's a humble thanks to the management of Unity to invite me again to discuss and dive into issues of national importance.
Today, like I've always said, that we have to deal with the physical part also. So being believers or being part of the kingdom of God does not mean that we are detached. So whatever happens nationally or in our daily lives, it affects us all, whether you are a believer or not. So issues that affect us nationally, they affect us as humanity, not as individuals. Yeah, one of my favorite statements about leadership is something that was said by Jesus Christ, where he said that when the blind leads the blind, both of them fall into the ditch. So which means that leadership determines the destination of the followers. So goes the nation, so goes the leaders, so goes the nation. So which means that these issues are so important to talk about and to understand an effective life. So we are going to look at what we have called the role of Pan-Africanism having African nations united. So we don't know who divided us, but probably, as we can see, basing on where we're heading to, there will be a time when we will finally realize the importance of unity, and then we will unite as Africans and then move forward together. So one is a small number to achieve greatness. So that's why there is a necessity for all of us to unite, and then we move together as nations, as a people, to the future that is brighter than where we are presently. So that's why we say that what we see in the near future will be the unity of Africa and the unity of Africans. So we're going to look into that matter and see how possibly it can happen, or what can be the benefits of, and the stake, or whether it can possibly happen or not. So that's what we're going to see and look at. So make sure that you follow us, and then you will understand more. So what do you say about that?
Thank you so much, Mr. Mucunguzi. If you compare our topic of discussion last week, but one when I was here, it was relating to culture and Pan-Africanism. And today, we are now diverting to, or looking at, African unity and Pan-Africanism. Meaning that Pan-Africanism is a master play in it. And when we were discussing last week, we said that Pan-Africanism, it was an idea that people of Africa origin should have a common, including culture, and it should be where Africans be one, speak one language, have one common goal towards unity and development. I want to start with a verse before. For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, that whoever believed in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. God loved Africa in a special way, that he gave us a rich continent. Now, these whites were interested in our land because of the rich minerals in our nation, in our continent. Actually, these minerals they got from Africa are the ones that they used to construct their beautiful streets that we see today. But now, our eyes are open. Kwame Nkrumah once said that Africa should unite. I was watching a video of Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela said that we shall not accept the of America or Europe having us thinking that their enemies should be our enemies. Actually, I like the way the leadership of African states took themselves in the recent crisis of Russia against Ukraine. Africans abstained from this war, contrary to what happened in World War I and World War II. In World War I or World War II, as an African state, you would decide where to fall, whether you fall under the USSR or you fall under USA. But this time, Africans abstain from this war, meaning that it's a signal that African countries have seen some way, some light. Because involving in this war, we are fighting battles that are not our own. What am I saying? African countries have realized the importance of unity. Those are signals that show that Africa is almost uniting. Though it may take, it has importances. One, Africa's wealth. Like I said, Africa is a continent that was blessed by good climate, forestry, minerals, which would have used to be the best continent in reaching and having a continent that is well constructed, that is well built. So this wealth should be protected. Yes, they have taken a lot They have taken. Actually, I'm so disappointed that these people are the ones charging us in crimes against humanity. There's a clip I was watching of a certain African advocate. It was a debate in the United States. He said that the black Africans in prisons of United States are more compared to of the people in Djibouti. Yet the United States people call themselves the masterminds of democracy. Which democracy are they talking about? Yet people are rotting in prisons. Africans are rotting in prisons of United States. And hereafter they call themselves the masterminds of democracy. Okay? The reasons they are doing all this is to take our wealth. Okay? Africans should unite also because of investment resources. You know, when you want to go far, you move as a group. You move together. Because unity, when you're in the way, just compare when you're in the way together and you're moving as friends, jazzing, you move far. So if Africans want to have an investment-minded continent, they should work together. Have a common market. Because the market size of Uganda, size of Africa. Now, if we have one voice advocating for bargaining power, maybe in the outside markets, then that would have a bigger say than if Africa, Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda, or Nigeria or South Africa going to spark off the market bargaining power in a certain country or in a certain continent, maybe in Europe or Asia. I like how China is doing it. Let's copy from that. China has developed its own currency. And China is establishing, China is developing in one or the other. The other reason why Africa should unite is to protect itself. Africans must protect themselves from white domination. I like the way China did it. China protects its industries, its markets, and its currency. This is not only the protection of security, but the protection of the economy. God brought us together. God brought us together as one African continent. Who are they to separate us? Who are they to separate us? These countries didn't exist. They used the divide and rule policy to overshadow our eyes, to rule us up to date. But now our eyes have woken up. It's high time that we should have a United States of Africa. Have a common goal. Have a common military that defends our continent, that defends our country, all the interests of the countries within. The other reason why Africa should unite is the bargaining power. Maybe I'm speaking on behalf of youth. Maybe those leaders out there who are educated elites, the Pan-Africanists, no. But there's a youth down there I'm speaking for who is not seeing the value of Africa's unity. But it's very important. I'm showing you that the bargaining power to the markets in the world, in the continents, will be more stimulated to gain for certain reasons in Africa. Having a common currency in Africa is also good. Why not have the same currency in our continent? Then we say, you know what, our African currency is this, it should not go down. You know, having a common currency would stimulate our trade in our country. Then providing landlocked countries access to the sea. A case in point is Uganda. I like the addition of Democratic Republic of Congo to the East African community. Uganda has access to the sea, this other side and this other side, because East Africa as a community touches both sides of the sea. Now there are some countries which are landlocked, but if we have a United States of Africa, this would give space. This would give chance. For example, maybe or any other country access to any part of the sea, maybe in the North Africa of Egypt or in the Southern Africa of South Africa. So having a common a United States of Africa binds them together to have, because if materials are coming from maybe India or China, you're not restricted because we are speaking as one common country with one language. The other reason why Africa should unite is resolving internal conflicts and disputes together. If Africa was one, Gaddafi would not die. Compare the Libya of then and compare the Libya of today. Libyans were saying Gaddafi has stayed here for long, Gaddafi has, but now see what Libya is. It is all into smashes. We no longer even talk about. Actually,
what our viewers must understand is that we are not advocating for something new. We are one. Those who divided us in the first place. Now, having understood that will help you to recognize the necessity of reuniting. So we are not talking about uniting, but reuniting, because formerly we were one. The Bible says in the book of Matthew chapter 12 and verse number 25, Jesus was speaking to the people and he told them, but Jesus knew their thoughts and said to them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Every city or house divided against itself will not stand. So divided we fall, and united we do what? We stand.
Actually, like I told you, when the first white man came to Africa, if I'm not mistaken, or was it Marcus Garvey from Portugal? If I'm not mistaken, I was wrong. To Africa, he saw a rich continent. He took a report and they got interested in Africa. Frederick Lugard came to Africa. He saw a rich continent. He took a report to his masters and he said, this is an African continent and it's very rich with minerals. How can we take them? So they developed the divide and rule policy. Uganda was not there. Nigeria was not there. We should be called Africans, not Ugandans. They should not be called Nigerians. They should be called Africans. But they created those territories to divide us. Brought administrative policies to feel that if we are Nigeria, we have our parliament, then no one should divide us. But yet they are just blindfolding our eyes to keep us divided, and then but our African continent was, and it's high time that we should and enjoy these all advantages that I'm speaking of, and the advantages that people have spoken of, the Nelson Mandelas, the Marcus Garveys. We should have a United States of Africa to enjoy all these benefits. Yes.
I think we have talked about it for so long, and now it's time that we put it into action.
Exactly.
For so long we have spoken about it, those who came before us spoke about it, the Kwame Nkrumahs advocated for it, all these African presidents have always talked about it. So I think now it's the time, and this is the generation in which it should be implemented. So we cannot keep speaking about it, listening about it, and all of those while doing nothing. So it's time I will rise up and do something about it. So we unite as people of Africa, and not only externally but also internally, because we are in religions, with tribes, there is racism, religious conflicts, there is political confusion, different political parties fighting against each other, when actually we are one people. So we should begin to recognize the necessity of unity, and then see how we can work together and move together and succeed together. So
actually these are threats. These are threats that actually, before I go to the threats, there is other one reason why Africa should unite, that I should not leave behind. Asserting the African personality, which relates to the topic we were discussing last time. We are one. binded by one spirit of Ubuntu. We are one Africa, and we are Africans. Forever shall be proud of who we are. I always wake up one day and I say, good morning Africa, on my status. I don't say good morning Uganda, no. I say good morning Africa. Because we are one. I hope Nigeria, if I have a friend in Djibouti, this is good. Greeting all Africans because we are one, binded by the spirit of Ubuntu. But we have those risks. When I was discussing with my friends when I posted about this show, my friends of a few were saying that Africa's unity is not possible. They are saying it is not possible because of these threats. But now that we recognize the threats or the risks why Africa can't unite, we should find ways on how we can overcome them. For example, the language barrier. We don't have a common language. But glad that Swahili is coming on board. And we can have that administrated to have a common language that unites Africa. The administrative system. Okay? If Burundi has their president, maybe they feel contented with it, with him. In Nigeria the same, South Africa the same, and they feel that if Africa is united, they will lose that administrative strength. I think you realize what I'm saying.
I understand.
They will lose that parliament, they will lose that army.
That cabinet.
It is going to the different economic values. Lives in the economic value lives in. But we can find ways on how we can overcome, overshadow it, so it does not hinder our strength to unite Africa as one. The Africans are historically autonomous. We are autonomous in a way that what is ours should always remain ours. We should not. The whites put us into that thing of saying that that selfishness. Okay, it relates to administration. If they have their army, they feel they are saving it or they are having it more better than having a United States of Africa. But like I told you, the advantages are more compared to the disadvantages. And when we focus and look straight, we shall achieve. Yes.
These disadvantages are small things compared to what we after we have united. So that's trying to talk about. So what were you adding there, meanwhile, as we come closer to a conclusion?
There's a very good write-up that I wanted to share. It was from an African setting, whereby he was showing Africans on why they should think of uniting. There is not one answer here that I have not heard before. First, I think some have a westernized view of unification, and that is what scares them most. There is a fear that unification means the loss of sovereign identity and independence, and it does not have to mean that. Unity does not have to be unison. There has been a great interest in Africa and an agenda to keep Africa divided, because as long as it is divided on foreign aid and vulnerability and force, Africa will have to be a new government, a new nation of nations, congregate to democracy, elected officials who rich cannot go beyond the demands or needs of the people. Africa has the right to define unity for herself and the diaspora alike. We must be afraid to dream a little bit bigger. Okay? We must not be afraid to dream a little bit bigger. We must lay aside our egos and see the bigger picture that has kept foreign powers in the fear of the rise of Africa. Why are the whites fearing the rise of Africa? Okay? To wipe its people off the globe. Foreign powers, the same ones who are better off the coast of Africa. Foreign powers do not see Africans as an individualized world. They see us of procedures out in order to keep their hold of global influence. They fear the moment that we do not yet understand. The moment that global Africans realize a shared destiny, a shared lineage that will unite us in a way that we shall discuss, discover, and define. We shall create a new world of peace and prosperity for the citizens of Africa. We shall have one military that will make all others bow down. And the goal of our military is not to start unnecessary wars, but to protect our people, our resources, and our history. Where has the hero of Africa been? He has been lost in the annals of stolen history. He has been lost in the privileges of the Europeans. He has been lost in the lies of separation. The great hero of Africa is Africa herself. She must realize that we are stronger together.
That's it. And been seeing it and it means that it is something important which we must implement, which must be effected. It should begin, and we shouldn't continuously talk about it and while doing nothing about it. So that's what we are trying to advocate for. Let us unite and we put away all these divisions and all these things that separate us. So conclusively, what are you telling the people concerning what we have been talking about?
Something important here he added that I should not leave behind. He says that Africa will rise in all of her beauty, and she will lay claim to everything that has been stolen. In America, there is a great push for the American born. Africans to think of Africa, for Africa to be on the mind, to learn more about Africa and its who have fought bravely and independently for their current version of independence. And you do not have to fight. We are coming home in spirit, in finances and faith. We are coming home. Let's claim our destiny, our history, and our inheritance. Africa should be on our mind. Fellow Ugandans, fellow Africans, this is our continent. This is our continent that we like and embrace. When united, we shall have all these advantages that I have showed you. When you want to start a business, there are risks, but you find ways on how to overcome those risks. You will not sleep because you fear to dream. No, sleep, dream, it's okay. But having a United States of Africa is to our advantage in our country. Embrace culture, have Pan-Africanism, first have nationalism within your country, love your country, do something for your country. I'm not the best anyway, but I say no, let me wake up every morning and I go and speak on behalf of my fellow youths out there to have a better changed mind. Today we just culture, Pan-Africanism and United States of Africa. Next time we shall talk about some other thing, but do you pick something? Do you add on YouTube, do you comment and add a value on how better we can make this show powerful and have, because I know our parents are speaking and they're hearing about this. When we have a United States of Africa, it is to our advantage. Thank you so much, Dream TV Management, for always giving youth a platform to discuss and dialogue about issues of national parties. I thank you. Aluta continua for God and my country.
That's it. We meet next Monday morning at a time like this. Always be ready to listen to everything that we are always saying. And always remember that every Saturday at midnight we are always on Impact FM. So whatever you miss on this wonderful program, I always find it on Impact Radio, Saturday midnight. From where we stopped last time, those of you who always listen, I believe that you are being changed. So always be ready. Jonan is my name. He was with me today. We meet next Monday morning. God bless.
Actually, you need to realize that I was putting on in an African attire because of today's topic.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. Till next Monday morning we meet. God bless you.